And I would like to take this opportunity to request GM Cesar Chong to give us some updates.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. First of all, on behalf of the NAIA management, we really would like to extend our apologies to all the passengers and the affected meters, graders, and everyone that were affected by this power interruption. And basically, it was something that we really wanted to make sure the impact is minimized. And we really would like to thank all of our airline operators because they made sure that the impact of the operations of the power interruption is really minimized. No? And in fact, it was confined to domestic flights. No? We also have here Mr. Sander Lau, the president of Cebu Pacific, because they really cooperated with us to ensure that during the time that we were not able to restore power, that we are not going to congest the pre-departure areas and then the check-in areas. So based on their review, the restoration of flights will happen within the next 24 hours. So there were about 9,000 passengers, domestic passengers that were affected, and there were some delays for both domestic and international flights. But so far, as of 1 o'clock this afternoon, we were already able to operate about 247 flights out of all the flights that we have at NAIA. Maybe just for context, we normally operate about 750 to 760 flights. So the 24 round-trip flights that were canceled this morning represents about 6.5% of the total flights that we have now. And the 9,000 plus passengers represents about 7% of the total number of passengers that we usually handle at NAIA. So again, we sincerely apologize for what happened, and I think we're ready to answer some of the questions that the press may have. Thank you.
If we have the first question, please, for an orderly discussion, can we have one question each first, and then follow up? Who wants to ask first? The first question. George of CNN.
Good afternoon, po. George Kailas po, CNN Philippines. Sir, maybe we know your initial findings, why there was an outage, power outage early today.
Based on our technical discussion and the debriefing that was conducted earlier with the technical team of NAIA and the engineering team of Meralco, we are still in the process of finding the root cause of the problem. So we will report this to the team, but there were some some of the technical questions can be answered by the team. I think they're more qualified to answer some of the questions. If there are specific questions that you wanted to ask. But right now, both NAIA and Meralco have yet to drill down on the real cause of the power outage or power interruption. So,
this already happened last year. I don't know if it's related or if it is the same problem.
Based on the discussion that we had this morning, it's not the same problem. So it's still a technical issue, but it's not caused by the same problem.
Can you elaborate that, sir, on what happened today and how is it different from what happened last September?
Okay, magandang hapon po, Secretary Bautista, GM Cho, at sa lahat po ng taga-media at sa ating pong guests. As General Manager Chong mentioned po, we are still about to determine the real cost. Siguro ikwento ko po konti kung ano yung findings. There was a fault, we call this fault indication at the main circuit breaker of NAIA 3, and that fault, yung pong fault na yun ay nag-trigger ng opening po ng main circuit breaker po nila, kaya po nawalan ng power. Pero yung fault current po na yun ay umakyat din po sa side ng condo. At yun po, nagkaroon siya ng circuit breaking, nagulog din ng circuit breaking. And kami naman po sa Meralco ay immediately we dispatched crew to check what was the problem. And like Secretary Bautista mentioned po, in about 15 minutes na doon naman po kami kaagad para makipagtulungan po sa kanila. And meron po kaming nakitang isang component din po na pinalitan po. So, yun po ay because of the fault current po, pinabanggit ko. Ladaan po kasi yun doon sa component na yun. And it eventually, parang na-stress po yung component. Pero meron naman po ay napalitan naman po namin kaagad, and na-restore po namin kaagad yung power po. Sa pagtutulong po namin ng NAIA po.
Last na, sir, patulong lang po mas maintindihan namin. You said fault indication sa circuit, sa main circuit breaker. Sir, ano nagkukos nun? Tumaas ang voltahe o something else?
By the word itself of fault, parang merong, di po ba, siguro narinig po natin yung fault sa, kung saan, faulty wiring, parang gano'n, parang may short circuit, gano'n. Yun po yung mga abnormalities po sa side ng circuit breaker, kung saan, pagka po na-sense po ng fault indicator natin po yun, yun po ay high amount of current. Pagbukas po kasi yun ng high amount of current, na siya naman pong ma-assess ng fault indicator natin. So, yung indicator po na yun is iilaw para malaman po namin na mga technical people po kung saan po yung troubleshoot namin, kung saan nagmula yung fault. Pero sa ngayon po ay amin pa pong tinitingnan yung eksaktong na cause ng fault current na yun. At hindi po kasi ganun kadali po.
Klaro, sir, may mataas na kuryente.
Tawag po natin doon, sir, is fault current sa technical.
Fault current.
Thank you.
Roll pulse.
I think they have to use the mic. Paano na kayo
Sorry, go ahead, Joseph.
Sir, I'll stay with Miraculous Representative. Sir, how often po nangyayari yung biglang pagtaas ng supply ng kuryente? Is this naturally occurring? Can you control it? Or what are the possibilities that this can happen maybe once or twice?
Sir, dito po sa specific na circumstance po na to, ang fault current po ay marami pong pwedeng pagmunan. Yan po yung mga abnormalities sa electrical system sa, kung tawagin namin sa side ng, parang sa bahay po natin, di ba? Para lang po maintindihan po lahat. Kung meron tayong main circuit breaker sa bahay, and then kung minsan nagkakaroon ng short circuit dito sa ating connection po, mag-open po yun. Kasi po ay masesage na yung fault current. Short circuit, high amount of current po yun. So parang ganito rin po dito. So kung saan po nagmumula yun, yun po ay posibleng magmula sa kung saan mga segment o saan mga bahagi ng electrical system po. Ganun po yun, sir. So, kaya yun po, kanina po, still undetermined po kasi wala pa po kami nakikita na yung physical na manifestation po ng hindi po namin natukoy kung saan eksakto po yung nagmula yung fault current.
Meaning, sir, it's not necessarily electricity coming into the system of NAIA. It could be within the system, may something na nag-fluctuate within the system. Is that correct, sir?
Tama po, sir, kasi po yung ating pong circuit breaker at kaya po tayo may circuit breaker para if anything happens sa load side niya, dapat mag-activate po or mag-activate siya para protected po tayo. So ganun po, ang tingin po ng circuit breaker ay dun po sa side. Like for example dito po, meron pong nakita sa circuit breaker sa side po ng NAIA 3. So yun po yung binabanggit natin na we still have to determine kung saan po yun.
Sir, you also mentioned na there was a component that has been changed. Was this prior to the outage? What do you mean, sir, na component being changed, and what is this component?
Okay. Sir, yung component ko na binabanggit ko po ay, yun po ay, kung tawagin po namin sa airbow connector po, doon sa amin pong electrical system naman sa Meralco side. Ano po? Now, kung paano po yung nadadamage, one klase example po ay kung siya po ay dinaan ng fault current. Possible po na, kasi high amount of current nga po yun, possible po na siya ay masira. But immediately naman po kanina na palitan naman po namin.
So, sir, when you mentioned na pinalitan, this was after the outage, na hindi naman siya yung biglang iba yung component na to prior to the outage, is after.
No, yun po yung nakita namin kanina after the outage, nung nag-respond din po kami.
So, sir, initially, just to wrap it, just to summarize it, circuit breaker ang nag-fail today.
Yung pong circuit breaker ang nagsabi na merong fault po sa load side, po ng NAIA 3, yun po yung nagsabi na meron pong fault sa side po na yun.
Sir, the way to describe it is, ano po yung in plain speak, nagkaroon ng excess electricity, kaya nag-break ba yung shared circuit breaker? How do you describe it?
Yes, sir. Meron po kasing setting yung ating mga circuit breaker kung hanggang anong current lang ang kaya niyang i-carry. Now, alongside po kasi rito, merong fault indicator. And that fault indicator po, yung mga normal loads natin, hindi mag-iilaw yun. Ang magpapa-activate po yun ay fault current talaga. Yun po ay medyo mataas na kuryente po yun.
Sir, ano ba lang himayin ka lang. So bigla kung ang pwede natin sabihin, kaya nagka-brown at sa NAIA 3, nagkaroon ng fluctuation, ibig sabihin biglang pagtaas ng kuryente. Tama po ba, sir? Baka po si Sir Julian. Tama ba, sir? Yung biglang nag-fluctuate, biglang dumami.
Sir, hindi naman po fluctuation. Sa term po namin, hindi yun po fluctuation. Specific po yung fault talaga na binabanggit po namin fault yan. Kasi yung fluctuation na po ay bago lang ng bahagya, yung voltahe. Kaya yun po yung mga nararamdaman natin minsan sa bahay. Di ba? Uy, medyo manumonte. Yun po yung fluctuation. Pero yung fault po, yung fault current po ay isang malaking amount of current po yun na magpapa-activate po ng fault indicator na katabi po ng install po sa may circuit breaker po. Para na sa ganun, for easy detection kung saan po may problema.
Sir, Engineer Santiago, ulit nga po doon sa sinabi ni Engineer Spirito. Yung pong circuit breaker works as protection. So, talagang mag-work siya kasi naprotektahan niya yung system ng MIA pabalabas, tapos naramdaman ni Meralco yung lumabas na car. So, nag-open siya. So, it functions normally. Pero ang function kasi ng breaker, maglalagay siya ng fault indicator. So yung fault indicator, ibig sinasabi ni breaker na may nakita ko somewhere down there.
Yung flow na ganyan, what causes that? Yung, if I can call it the abnormal flow of electricity.
Sir, maraming causes yan, pero probably, kailangan maraming ma-investigate fully yung kung saan nag-originate yung fault indication. And, kasi may main breaker tayo, yung kumbaga sa bahay, may main breaker at may maliliit na breakers. Doon sa maliit na breaker sa pangalawa, doon nakita yung fault indicator. So, ibig sabihin, pag may fault indication, may dalawa lang yan. Pag may fault indication at saka may physical manifestation, no mismong fault, maaaring sunog, sumabog. Pero dun sa pangalawa, wala pang kami nakikita physical manifestation ng any abnormalities. Pero may fault indication na, kaya nag-work si circuit breaker ng NAIA.
Sir Laymanized. So, ibig sabihin, sir, anong nangyari sa circuit breaker ay pinutol niya pansamantala yung overflow? Is that correct?
Para hindi po lumabas masyado sa system numeral. Kasi pag hindi niya itinag, malaki pa sasabog pati yung namin, substation na nagbibigay dito, maaaring maapektuhan. So that's the main function of the circuit breaker, yung pagkatin. Pero nakita niya na mayroong problema down the line because of the fault indication.
So, last day, Secretary. Secretary, do you find it curious na nangyari nung January, di ba? Tapos ngayon, May 1, mga high impact days where you expect a lot of passengers na anong basa niyo, Sir John?
Alam mo, Joseph, no? Kinausap na namin ang NICA, no? Kausap ko kanina si General Leon, no? And they will conduct an investigation about this, no? Dahil nga sabi mo nung nangyari yan, na merong ganyang pagkakataon nung nangyari nung September, no? At saka nung January, no? And ngayon, Labor Day ay nangyari ulit to, no? So, tutulungan kami ng NICA, no? Na mag-conduct ng investigation.
Investigation with regard to what possible motive? Yes, sir.
Well, marami kasi mga possibilities, no? Siguro yung iniisip ko, meron bang sabotage, no? Alam ko yan ang iniisip ko. And hindi natin dinidiscount din yan, no? Meralco will also siguro help us assess kung talagang merong sabotage or not, no? Kaya nga, dapat pag-aralan natin mabuti lahat yan, no? And yung sinasabi ng Meralco kanina is that yung circuit breaker really worked, no? Kung hindi nag-work yung circuit breaker, baka mas malaki yung naging problema natin, no? Although, naapektuhan din yung system ng Meralco, no? And that's the reason why they have to change yung elbow, no? Na napalitan naman nila agad, no? And medyo tumagal yung pagbalik ng power dahil tinignan din ng Meralco na dapat malinis, di ba? Yun yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina, na yung mga linya na naiwan ay talagang okay pa naman, no? And lumalabas doon sa kanilang trabaho or kanilang pagsusuri na okay pa rin yung mga linya ng NAIA, no? In fact, pinag-uusapan kanina kung naapektuhan yung tatlong linya, napakalaking problema noon, no? Fortunately, hindi naapektuhan dahil ang sabi ng Meralco, although meron silang available part, pampalit ng tatlong linya na yon, pero ang problema doon ay napakatagal ayusin, no? And fortunately, yung linya na naiwan doon ay maayos pa rin, no? Kaya nga, kanina pinag-usapan namin ng Meralco, ano ba yung mga dapat natin gawin, no? And isa nga na napag-usapan ay baka magkaroon na talaga ng full electrical audit ang Terminal 3, no? Kasi alam niyo po, itong Terminal 3, nag-start to ng operations noong 2009, no? I understand nagkaroon na rin doon ng electrical audit noong 2017, no? hindi na-implement lahat ng mga recommendations ng audit. No? And dahil since then, lumaki na yung capacity ng Terminal 3. No? Kaya ang recommendation nila is it's about time we do a full electrical audit of Terminal 3. No? Alam niyo po, siguro kung matatandaan nyo, itong Terminal 3 ay nag-start to na gawin sometime in, I think, 1990s. No? Pero natapos siya, hindi siya nag-cooperate immediately, nagkaroon ng kaso hanggang ang MIAA was given the possession, no? I think in 2009. No? I understand na hindi na i-turn over din lahat yung mga documents, no? Yung mga manual. No? In fact, kanina pinag-uusapan natin ang hihingi ang Meralco ng as-built plans, hindi na ibigay sa MIA. Kaya napaka-importante na magkaroon talaga ng full audit na itong Terminal 3. No? And siguro it's about time na ayusin natin to. No? Of course, kailanganin natin medyo malaking budget para dito. No? Kailangan din natin siguro more time considering na dadaan tayo doon sa regular government procurement law. No? So, medyo malaking trabaho itong rehabilitation ng Terminal 3. No? Kanina pinag-uusapan din namin yung paglaki ng capacity ng Terminal 3. No? Yung design capacity niya, sinasabi na dapat walang masyadong concessionaires. No? Pero ngayon, napakarami ng concessionaires. Yung power requirement doon ay malaki na rin. No? Yung number of flights natin, malaki na rin. No?
But the international sir, internationally,
Ang number of passengers naman, pareho pa rin. No? And then, meron tayong mga aircon. No? Marami na yung air conditioning units na nailagay. No? But tingin ko ay kailangan talagang again, review natin yung operations nitong Terminal 3. No?
Thank you, Sec. Can we hear from Aria Fernandez? And then after him, via Zoom, Raul Esperas, and then Aaron of Manila Meeting.
Hi sir, good afternoon. Sa airline sir, ano po ba ang ating statement sa ating mga galit na mga pasahero? Ano kaya ang pwede nating sabihin sa kanila maliban sa we apologize?
I didn't catch the last.
Yun yung statement mo ninyo sir sa ating mga pasahero. Ano po bang mga masasabi natin sir sa kanila?
Thank you. Una-una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat kami sa aming mga pasahero for their patience and understanding. Obviously, this issue is beyond the control of the airline. Obviously, Cebu Pacific has worked closely together with NAIA in order to normalize yung ating operations. No? In fact, parang binanggit ako ni GM Cesar kanina, we had to cancel mga flight earlier because of the, I guess, concern for public order, no? Kasi, and to reduce yung terminal congestion. No? As GM Cesar mentioned earlier, there was already congestion sa check-in counters and sa pre-departure areas. No? So this was a proactive move on the part of the airline. No? So as far as the passengers are concerned, no, for the ones na whose flights were cancelled, binibigyan namin sila ng option to rebook to future flights for free. Binibigyan rin namin po sila ng option na makapag-refund or travel fund. No? Outside of that, we also extended, or we also provided water and meals to affected passengers and guests. No? And lastly, for those that were not necessarily impacted today, due to cancellations or whatsoever, no, we also provided them the options to rebook to future flights. No? Para again, in order to try and limit the impact of the event today.
Thank Thank you. Next we have Raul Esperas from PWIC.
Question for Engineer Mendoza. Engineer Mendoza, you have been with the airport since, ever since. What was your recommendation and when did you submit your recommendation para po maiwasan mga ganitong problema? Dahil ano naman natin na when the government took over sa Terminal 3, there was really no turnover from the Takinaka to what was sa Terminal 3. Since matagal na po kayo sa airport, ano po yung mga recommendation niyo? And bakit, kung kailan dito sinapit, bakit yung pinaksila? And for Meralco, kung from within, galing yung problema at lumabas hanggang sa L5 connector, na-identify mo ba kung saan galing yung power surge? And for Engineer Mendoza, meron po bang nasira na gamit sa loob? Or is this intentional or sabotage?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to all press reporters. Actually, yung proposal for the rehabilitation ng equipment of Terminal 3 was previously and presently endorsed na. Meron na mga projects na ongoing to replace other equipment and other facilities intended for this failure. No? Parang hindi siya dapat tumama at this time. Dapat na una na to doon sa project na dito sa failure na to dapat nagawa na namin before. Fortunately before, medyo hindi naman gawa kagad yung iba dahil basket constraint, galing naman tayo sa COVID, di ba? At wala akong income ang NAIA that before. And now, at present, they're doing our best to restore lahat ng mga kailangan palitan at gamitin lahat ng mga pangangailangan para dito sa mga project na ito. Magawa namin as soon as possible. Ito ang intention ng bagong management natin, sir.
Tungkol naman po sa tanong tungkol sa elbow connector at kung paano namin nasabi na from within yung search na nabanggit ko ni Sir. Kaya po nung nabanggit namin kanina, meron po kasi naging indication yung fault indicator po. At yun po ang nagsasabi na from within po yung fault. Ano po. At yun po ay dumaan pabalik po pataas na sa aming component na binabanggit kanina. Thank you po.
With regards naman to sa equipment sa loob, gaya na nasabi namin, na-restore na namin sa 100%. Definitely, there's no affected na equipment sa amin. At this time, 100% full operation naman.
Follow-up lang, Engineer Mendoza, kung wala akong walang nasira ng equipment, based on your experience as an engineer, is there a possibility technically na intentional o sabotahe yung ginawa para pag-trip yung ganong kalakas na pag-trip yung breaker up to the level na lumabas siya at halos maapektuhan yung linya ng Meralco?
Sir, actually, hindi naman masyadong, yung sinasabi nga ng Meralco na irregular yung indefinitely, parang sabi nga niya sa bahay, meron tayong pag matagal na yung gamit, pero definitely na hindi naman na-i-stand na meron bumibigay na item. Hindi naman mo lahat ng same mag-trip sabay-sabay. Definitely, meron portion na bibigay ka agad. Hindi naman lahat bumigay. Of course, siguro yung power natin, this is summer, yung requirements natin masyado tumataas yung load. Of course, yung init din nagpo-contribute doon sa sinasabing hindi naman surge na tumaas ang kurente, pero yung sinasabi ng power failure, yung siguro possibly doon sa mga init lang ng makina natin na naapektuhan yung ating power supply.
So, are you saying, are you saying hindi na overload ang dahilan ng surge?
No sir, not exactly overload. It's a surge, hindi naman surge, parang minimal naman yung failure niya doon sa atin. Kaya lang, nag-activate kagad yung ating main breaker. Of course, para hindi lumaki yung damage doon sa area. Or pwedeng masunog doon sa area na yun. Nag-activate naman yung mga breaker natin eh. Kaya, ang naapektuhan na yung parang fuse noong kanilang power sa Meralco.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Raul. Can we have Aaron of Manila Bulletin?
Hello ma'am, hello sirs, good afternoon. First, sususugan ko na yung tanong ni Raul at saka ni Joseph on the spot clarification. Yung circuit breaker, nag-work siya, it cannot reduce this dahil, di ba mainit ngayon, so parang na-monitor niya na tumaas yung usage ng electricity as compared dun sa normal. Kasi sabi nga ni Secretary Dotr sa kanina na dumami sa expanding operation eh. So dumami yung tao sa mainit ngayon. So siguro lalo na bakas yung gamit sa aircon. So parang gano'n na monitor natin.
May possibility na gano'n, pero it's not, yung nga hinahanap namin after our audit na gagawin, kung bakit gano'n nagkaroon ng failure sa amin sa item na yun. Gumana naman yung breaker, kaya under this time, i-check namin lahat to find out, tapos nung failure kanina. Yun po.
Thank you, sir. And again, sir, this is totally different from what happened last January 1.
Totally different. Hindi ito yung dati. Kasi yung loop namin naka-loop ang power ng Terminal 3. And then yung some portion lang na naapektuhan dati, it's closed ngayon yun. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya gumagana sa loop namin. Yung portion lang na iba ang gumagana. Which is, I think, 1/3 o 1/4 lang yung naapektuhan.
Yung question, Randa, is if it's the same as January 1. So, September yung sinasabi ni Engineer Mendoza.
Thank you.
Ma'am, one last question na lang po, ma'am.
Okay, that will be the last Aaron.
Sir, ano ko lang po kung anong oras nag-normalize yung full rate? So, Secretary Boyd, how soon we do it? Can we expect yung full auditing sa Terminal 3? Thank you po.
Yung full audit niyan, we really need to do a procurement, no? Kasi malaking trabaho yan eh, no? Kanina pinag-uusapan namin with Meralco, no? And sabi nila it may take 60 to 90 days, no? To do a full electrical audit, no? This is only for Terminal 3, no? Pero siguro since yung ating other mga terminals ay luma na rin, so baka we can also consider doing a full audit of Terminals 1 and Terminal 2.
Okay. Thank you, Secretary. Can we have Vivian Tulio of ABS-CBN?
Good afternoon, sir. Linawin ko lang po yung timeline nitong mga pangyayari ngayong araw. Bali, 1:05 a.m. po na-experience itong power interruption and around 8:46 a.m. yung full 100% regular power na na-restore. Ano po yung nangyayari in between? Gano'ng kabilis yung pag-respond? You mentioned earlier 15 minutes and then meron po bang parang mga partial restoration nitong regular power?
Thank you for the question, ma'am. So, 1:05 po nangyari yung outage and we were able to respond in 15 minutes, our first responder. So, dun po ay magkakaroon muna ng, of course, investigation, what happened, ano ba yung naging true cause neto. And then, nung makita po namin yung initial findings, we immediately conducted naman yung initial restoration. However po, yun nga po, yung nagkaroon ng isang component din kami na nasira, brought about with the fault current na binabanggit ko. So, pinalitan po namin yun, kumuha pa kami ng mga gamit sa office, and we conducted electrical testing. So, before po kasi namin ma-energize po ulit yung power galing sa amin, we had to test din yung sa amin. And then, around 6 a.m., na fully energize po namin yung sa side ng Meralco. And after that naman po, dito naman kami sa side ni NAIA 3. Nag-conduct po kami ng mga testing din ng cables. And then, nag-conduct din po sila ng investigation sa side po nila. So, sabi po kanina ni Sir, na fully restore po lahat ay 8:45. Pero prior to 8:45 po, may mga partial na po yun na mga restorations. Kasi marami po yung mga breaker locations po nila. Sa breaker locations, at madami po yun. So, hindi naman po yung 8:45 a.m. minsanan po na in-energize lahat. May mga partial energization na po prior to that po.
Ano oras po nag-start yun? Yung partial restoration?
Kasi po, kung natapos po kami sa Meralco alas 6, siguro, sir, mga 7 pa nag-start po ng restoration po.
And yung emergency power, immediately after the outage or the interruption na activate ko yun?
Tama ka. Right after the power interruption, MIAA turned on the power generators. No? As mentioned earlier, sabi ko nga, yung power generator na ginagamit natin ngayon sa MIAA ay hindi sapat para isupply yung buong power requirement ng MIAA. No? Kaya selected mission critical areas lang yung nagkaroon ng power. No? Para lang maging continuous yung pag-check-in ng mga pasahero, no? Magkaroon ng aircon, no? Although hindi lahat ng portion ng airport ay may aircon. So meron namang power ang MIAA. No? And tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman yung pag-check-in. May mga dumating din na mga flights. No? Wala nang na-cancel na international flights. No? Kasi during that time, meron na rin mga international flights na aalis. No? Starting mga siguro 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. No? Kaya ang naapektuhan ngayon talaga ay yung flights ng Cebu Pacific. No? Dahil sila ang may pinakamaraming flights sa Terminal 3.
Could this have been prevented po? Kasi syempre nung nagkaroon na, I know you mentioned different naman to from the January 1 incident, but at the same time, nung time na yun, di ba parang lawmakers were trying to get assurances that another incident will not happen again. So some people are hoping na mayroong mga contingencies in place para hindi maulit. But then, nagkaroon ng ganitong malaking incident po ulit. Meron mga contingencies na nag-fail or could this have been prevented?
In terms of contingencies, nandun naman, no? Kasi nga, this is a different case, no? Not similar to what happened last September 1. No? Kaya nga, sabi nga kanina, no? Maraming possible causes, no? Kung bakit nangyari yan. No? And for us to be able to determine it, kailangan natin magkaroon ng full electrical audit. No? Yun ang gagawin natin siguro, and we will work closely with, siguro we will ask the help of Meralco for us to be able to conduct that electrical audit.
If we have a timeline na, Secretary, yung full electrical audit and yung pinaka-goal ko nito.
Siguro pag-uusapan yan ng NAIA technical people, no? And gagawin natin to as soon as possible.
Sorry for the airlines lang po. Kasi kanina po yung mga passengers na na-rebook to a later date, they're complaining na masyado daw pong malayo yung kanilang flight date, yung flight date compared to the flight day to day, and yung iba are saying wala na silang mga pera, pang-accommodation, pamasahe. Ano po yung pwedeng remedy po dito?
I think part of the response of the airline of Cebu Pacific is to, again, provide those automated options na para initially, i-rebook sila para sigurado na may silya sila, but they also have the option to rebook to an earlier flight if there's available space. Again, this is not fully within our control, but we are extending assistance to passengers.
So pwede ka pong mapaaga? Sir, pwede kang mapaaga?
Of course. I just saw a report from all of our outstations. Some of them are rebooking to earlier flights. Some of them have decided to actually rebook to later dates. So iba-iba naman po yung response ng mga pasahero. Ang importante lang po, actually magagawa na nila on their own through the digital process.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is AJ Ignacio of Radio Pilipinas, to be followed by Lo Morasigan of Business Bureau.
Mga sirs, good afternoon po. Ask ko lang po kung ilan po yung total passengers na naapektuhan po, at sa mga airline companies, ano po yung mga binigay ng assistance po sa kanila kanina pong umaga, mga sirs.
Maybe at the part of Cebu Pacific, close to 9,391 passengers were affected by today. What we provided again were free rebooking, and refunded travel fund to passengers who want to do the same. Obviously at the terminal, nagbigay po kami ng tubig at ng pagkain sa mga pasahero, especially the ones that have been impacted by the long delays.
Okay, thank you, sir. Lo Morasigan of Business Bureau, please.
Hi, good afternoon po. It seems that that power interruptions happen during critical events like New Year's Day, now Labor Day. Sir, ano yung 2017 audit? You mentioned there was an audit, but not all recommendations were implemented. Ano yung mga hindi na-implement, and how were they critical to preventing today's and last January's and September's occurrences from happening? Also, you also mentioned that we need a full audit of the electrical units of NAIA. The whole NAIA, that is Terminal 3. How much will this cost? And how quick can the government actually procure the audit? Yun po. Thank you.
For 2017 audit, actually, hindi na masyado na encounter. Wala naman masyado naging problema ng 2018. But the effect of this audit will be, dapat nag-audit kami every 5 years. Yung 5 years na yun, dapat nakapag-audit kami Unfortunately, 2022, unfortunately, wala. And then, now, we will find audit as required by the Meralco. Yun ang gagawin namin audit, and then we come up kung ano yung mga dapat rehab, replace, upgrade.